Hey everybody, thank you for pressing play. I just wanted to basically talk about a couple of things that's going on in the city right now. And I'm saying that because I've been kind of going back and forth for the last couple of days on Facebook about parade safety. And it's not as easy to type and get your point across as it is to just pretty much put up a video and just say what it is I have to say. And I appreciate those of you who, take the time to listen. And also, if you have a comment, leave your comment. I love discussion. I love to, to just basically hear what somebody else has to say, because you could see something that I don't see, just like I see something that you may not see. So now that I got that out the way, here's basically here's my take on the whole float parade, Mardi Gras parade float safety. The other day, a lady lost her life at one of the parades in the city. I wasn't there, so like most people, I heard about it via social media, via the news media, or via word of mouth. And like most people, we all had our opinions on what happened. We all had something to say. I saw people saying stuff all out the way. People were just saying all kinds of stuff. Sometimes we could be really, really insensitive when it comes to people. I don't know if we see so many lives being lost that we just become desensitized to it. But I did see that a lot. But let me just go back to say that, like I said, I wasn't there, so I heard from other people. We all had, oh, that was a bad decision. That was a bad choice. You shouldn't have did that. I think pretty much everybody could all agree that that was a bad decision. But how many of us make bad decisions on a daily, on the regular? How many times we drive 50 in the 35? How many times we drive really, really fast in the school zone? How many times we go across a yellow light or across a red light? Those are all bad decisions. Those are all bad decisions. And sometimes, unfortunately, bad decisions can incur some stiff penalties. And sometimes those penalties may be your life. And that lady lost her life and she can't get it back. So regardless of how we feel about how she lost her life or why she lost her life, the fact of the matter stands is that she lost her life. She is no longer here. She's not here to tell us what she was doing or whatever. It went real fast. So I just want to just say that, just to say, be careful when you are judging people, because we all one bad decision away from a very bad consequence. None of us is perfect. I mean, it might have some of y'all out there that's perfect, but I know I'm not one of them. So I guess the main situation, what I'm really here to talk about, is the mayor's decision to cancel all tandem, double, connected floats for the remainder of the parade season. And I see people saying, that's so foolish, that's stupid. Why is she banning floats? Why is she banning floats? That's not gonna stop anything. It's not the float's fault. It's not the float's fault. No, it's not the float's fault. The float did not cause any of those deaths. The float's only attributed to those deaths. So no, I'm not blaming the float. I'm just saying that things that's happening, the circumstances that happened, helped attribute to the deaths that happened. I see people on here talking about, oh man, y'all may as well just cancel Mardi Gras. Them people can't do this, they can't do that, they can't find tractors, and then where they gonna find drivers, and where they gonna find this, and where they gonna find that. I don't know if I have to remind y'all, some of y'all, that we're talking about super crews. Endymion, Orpheus, Bacchus, those are super crews. They have super money and they have super resources. They can make things happen easily, or maybe not easily, but they can make it happen. Think about it. Have you looked at the paper? All of the parades, Orpheus and Bacchus already came out and said that they are ready to comply. The decision was just handed down less than 24 hours ago. So if they could comply with something that was just come up 24 hours ago, they're not tripping on the situation. So we probably shouldn't be tripping on it either. The fact that they can handle it, they can comply, because they too can possibly see the difficulties and the dangers inside of having those floats. So was that a tough decision that the mayor had to make? Absolutely. It was very tough that she had to make. A lot of times you're going to make decisions that's not popular. But that's why you're the mayor. That's why we have a president. That's why we have a governor. They have to make those tough decisions that everybody's not going to be happy with. But me personally, I like the decision. I do. If you look at the video from Saturday night, not talking about Wednesday, I didn't see any videos, thank God. But if you look at the video from Saturday night, it's hard to really decipher what's going on. It's easier for me because I was there, so I know what's happening. But to watch that video, you will see that people were just going on with their day. The crowd and the floats was going on with their day like nothing was wrong for the first couple of seconds of that video. It took somebody on the second float, maybe the third or fourth position, to notice that something was wrong. Right? That's why those tandem floats can be an issue, only because they're long. Some of them be half a block long. It's hard for somebody way in the front to look back and see what's going on. It don't matter if it's like somebody said, well, it could be one float and he don't know what's going on behind him. Yeah, that's true. It could be one float behind him, but guess what? It's easier for me to get to the back of the float, to the front of the float, to tell the driver stop, as opposed to somebody that's in the second unit to try to get the word to the first unit. They have to get the word to the driver, because you have to remember, while all this going on, I got a band in front of me playing, I got a band in back of me playing, and everybody is having fun throwing bees. So they don't really know exactly like what's going on. So you have to get their attention and get that to them. So that kind of leads to my next point. My next point is, I made a post this morning and talk about we need to create a new mechanism that we need to add to these floats. I use the example of my car. When I'm driving my car, there are different modes on my car that will alert me if I am going to hit something. Sometimes they'll make me swerve, or some cars will make you stop if you're about to hit something. So I'm not saying they need that on the float, but I'm saying that these are innovative things that had to happen to make things safer. So should floats have that? Probably not that same technology, but it needs some type of technology period on those floats. Every time something happens, we have to react to it. Once or twice they had a fire on the float. Right after that, they made the mandate that all floats had to have fire extinguishers. One time we had somebody fall off a float. Right after that, they made the decision to make everybody have to wear safety harnesses, safety belts on the floats. So every time things happen, you have to react, or you have to be proactive. Either way, you have to do something to make things better. In my opinion, I think a mechanism, in addition to other things, I'll get to that later, but you have to have a mechanism that can control that. My suggestion would be something like a simple alert button, a simple button that you can press that will get the attention of the driver, whether it be a siren or just a horn beep or something, just to alert the driver that something is wrong. Like, just to alert them that something is wrong. Go back to that video and pay attention. And just imagine, had he been able to actually press a button, how much more sooner would that flow been able to stop? All this happened on the property, basically right in front of one of the best trauma hospitals in the world, and not the world, I'm sorry, one of the best trauma hospitals in this country. University, I mean, we not what we used to be, but we getting there. University is that place for trauma. Anything happen, you need to get to university. We right in front of university, so if something happened, whereas somebody could have possibly been saved, what better place to be than right in front University Hospital? However, the way the situation went, it was really no chance for that. So am I saying this would change something? No, I'm not saying it would change anything. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is it could have possibly made it better. No different, like I said, no different than banks having an alert button, letting you know that somebody is about to rob the bank, so it's alerting authorities. No different than your grandparents having one of those alert monitors that alerts you when something may be wrong with them. That's nothing wrong. Put 2 buttons. Put a button in the front, a button in the back, maybe a button in the middle. 3 buttons on each side, so that when something happens, they can press that button. A fire could happen. Press that button, so we know something's going on that we need to stop. In addition to that, we need to bring barricades back. Yeah, of course, people will still jump over the barricades. You can't stop stupid. Now that's stupid. You cannot stop you can't stop somebody from jumping on barricades. Just like I seen a video of a guy literally dancing on top of a trailer. So you're gonna find stupid in all kind of situations, or crazy, or whatever you want to call it. Stupid a bad word over here in my house. But I'm just saying, you're gonna find those situations all the time. But if you put everything in place to make sure that things don't happen and people go above and beyond to just ignore that, then you can't help those people. But for all those other people that you can possibly help, why not put these things in, put them there? I don't know if you know, but I'll tell you, New Orleans created crowd control. Crowd control was not really a thing until New Orleans came in and made one. Barricades was like kind of started, created or whatever in France. We took it from France, and it was first seen in the US in New Orleans. So the crowd control thing, that's not no big deal to us. We started this. So if we started it, we can fix it. 70 years ago, nobody thought that that Mardi Gras would probably be like this, that we would have this many people, that we would be able to control these many people, but we do. We can. There's no city in this world that puts on the amount of events that we do within a short period of time, with the amount of people and with the least amount of fatalities. We've been lucky enough, blessed enough to not have to have that many unfortunate events. Now we have had some, we had a lot, but we do crowd control pretty well. And it's not going to be hard to make sure that we continue that and we make it better. Every year Mardi Gras gets bigger. It's been getting bigger. I'm 34. It's been getting bigger all 34 of my years that I know. More people coming, more things are coming through. They didn't always have those big super floats. We had small floats. Then all of a sudden we started getting other floats, and we started getting light floats. I mean, things change and things get better. So I do like that, you know. We just have to make sure that we fix things. And I see people on here, you know, making comments, passing comments like, oh, they stupid to do all that behind some cheap throws. That don't make sense. They doing all that for some cheap throws, and they ruined my night because we've been out here. I heard people saying that the whole walk, well, not the walk, the whole wait, while I was stuck waiting for everything going on. I hear people saying that. So you mean to tell me you're gonna get mad at somebody who was trying to catch fake beads, but then you're gonna say they need to pick them up and we need to get back so you can finish catching your cheap beads that you've been parked outside for 3 days, 2 and 3 days, so you could get these same cheap beads? You criticizing them for the same thing you doing. Mardi Gras is all about catching cheap beads. That's personally why I don't really care for Mardi Gras. I'm not about to sit up there and beg somebody for something I go to the Dollar Tree and get. But that's just me. I'm not trying to put my views on anybody else, and when it come down to what you're standing out there for. But he's standing out there for the same thing you standing out there for. That lady was standing out there for the same thing you standing out there for. The same thing that you went out there on Thursday for, to put your chairs up for something that was happening on Saturday. All right, so I just want to say that, but I just want to say, most of y'all smarter than, you know, we all smarter than our average 5th graders, most of us. You know things could be done. We know about the whole tractor situation. That's nothing. We know about the throws. But I'm going to say something that might make some people mad, but it is what it is. But while we out there banning those big old floats, we also need to ban people setting up those chairs. And I'm not talking about leaving the chairs out. I'm talking about chairs that's out there for the parade. Why you have your chairs on the beginning in the front? They need to be rules, just like they got rules at Jazz Fest. You can have chairs so long as you behind this particular line. They need to do the same thing for Mardi Gras, because those chairs are unsafe. They blocking the way for people. They got ladders and chairs. Put them ladders and chairs to the back. Let people that's standing there get to catch beads. Because when you got your chairs blocking from the first 6 feet of the neutral ground, when it's time for me to catch a bead and I can't catch it in the back because they're not throwing that far, where else I'm gonna get it? That's why people all in the street, because they're trying to get as close to the floor as possible, because we got people out there saving space and saving seats and got couches and stuff outside. Like, it's not, Mardi Gras ain't no TV show. Mardi Gras should be like a verb. Mardi Gras is something that you do. If you're really about that doing it, I treat Mardi Gras like a noun. So I sit in the back and I watch. But if it's a verb, it's something you do, which means you need to be in the front catching the bees, not sitting down watching everybody catch the bees, or have a ladder up there so everybody could get it. You have a ladder so you could get closer. That's the same thing that they doing. They're trying to get closer too. But then you the same person that try to criticize them for trying to get closer, but they actually got hurt or they got pushed or whatever happened. You can't blame that person for the same thing that y'all been doing. But if you want to ban something, I say ban that stuff. And they could get mad at me, but it is what it is. That's my opinion. Ban all that. Well, not ban it, but put a rule to it. You want to set your chairs up behind this pink line. Go to Jazz Fest and see what I'm talking about. In front of the stage, you can't put no chairs right there. It's only people that stand up. Now, if you go so many feet back, that's where you can put your chairs. And that's how it should be. That's the best way I think they should handle it. So, I'm just saying, if we could do things to make it just a little bit safer, and we save one life, then that's one more life that we have that's still here to see the next day. And this video is supposed to be short, and I see right now I'm at like 16 minutes. So I just want to say, I wanted to make sure that I put this out and I say what I say, because sometimes when you don't dress a certain way or you don't look a certain way, people don't listen to you. People think you're just rambling and you're just talking. So I wanted to make sure I say this to you before somebody with a suit said, and y'all say, man, that's a great idea. So that's all I wanted to say. So in the meantime, thank you for watching. My prayers to the family, most prayers to both families, and I know the Mac and the Sampson family, so my prayers go to them. You still you can't unsee those things. So I know if it's hard for me, I know how much hard it is for the family. So my prayers definitely gonna be with them. I'm gonna be with them and for them. So thank you. Try to enjoy the rest of your Mardi Gras. Have a safe Mardi Gras, and keep watching. Thank you.